Good morning, everyone. Suzanne Taylor King here for another live episode of Unlock Your Way with STK. And we're here today with my new friend, Michelle Castle. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for having me. This is so fun.
Oh, thank you so much because when we first met, it was instant synergy connection, and I love what you do. And you've been doing it a long time. So, building websites, especially on WordPress, is,
Mhm.
I mean, at least to me, something you really have to love and master. It's not for the dabbler. So tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about what you do.
Well, full disclosure, I did not start out doing websites at all. So I've had my
Wow.
agency now for 20 years, which is crazy to even say that. Yeah, it's 20 years this year. And when I first got started, websites, they were a thing, but I was so focused on print design and actually started out as an illustrator.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, cartooning, drawing, that was my passion growing up. And that's what led me into a career in art. And then the industry has just changed so much over the course of the 20 years that I've been in it.
Yeah.
And I started to see like, oh, this website thing, this is something that I need to be on top of and I need to learn more about.
Mhm.
And we started out doing any platform for anyone and just realized I'm burning out. Like I'm totally
Yeah.
burning out. I can't possibly keep up with all of this. And so we decided to go all in on WordPress because we feel that it gives our clients the most control and
Mhm.
ownership and flexibility. And we can do it in a way where we're preventing them from making the mistakes that they're so afraid of making.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an evolution. I did not always start out in WordPress or in web
Wow.
at all.
What is so interesting to me that when we start out in this, entrepreneur journey, we kind of don't know where we're going to end up. And but looking back over your 20-year journey, what dots could you connect for us?
Well, I also never intended to be a business owner. So it was, yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Oh,
So
I laugh
no,
at that one. I know.
I mean, I didn't go to school thinking I was going to own a business. I thought I was going
Mhm.
to be a creative director at an agency.
Mm,
That was my trajectory. That's where I wanted to end up. I interned at an agency. Wasn't for me. I got my first job out of school as an illustrator. It was a great experience. Worked then as an art director and said, you know what? I think I could do this better. And I was in my 20s and just decided I'm going to give myself 2 years to see if I can do this.
wow.
And 20 years later, here I am. But the business journey the entrepreneur journey is not linear at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you talk about those dots, there have been so many just from learning what not to do, learning painfully what
Mhm.
clients you want to work with, what clients aren't such a great fit. I mean, you've been doing it 16 years now, too. I'm
Mhm.
sure you have your stories of changing gears, pivoting
Oh,
completely.
yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons that I'm so good with entrepreneurs who need to pivot, need to reinvent, need to recreate offers, pricing, even their persona, right?
Right.
Because I've done it so many times myself, and now looking back over the last 16 years, I can pinpoint exactly why each of those things I learned or got certified or studied all led to where I
Mhm.
am now. I can't look forward and say, what do I want to learn next? It's kind of like trusting what's coming to you and what you're working on and what's fun. Before I hit live, we were talking about what's fun
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
business for me. What's fun for you right now? What's the
I,
big? like
I mean,
fun
it's so
things.
funny you mentioned you can't connect the dots looking forward because I just published an article last week in my newsletter with a quote
Mhm.
from Steve Jobs. You can only connect the dots looking backwards,
Yeah.
and it's so true. And what we're really focused on right now is helping people go from that version one of their business. Like
Mhm.
maybe they've been in it for a few years, they have some branding, they have some marketing, they have some messaging, but it's not cohesive. It's not
Mm.
working together.
Mhm.
And so taking them to that version two, like a grown up version, like,
Yeah.
you know, not where your business started, but where you want to go, and
Yeah.
helping them see that that is a possibility, and to really just appreciate how they're showing up, every place they're showing up, because it matters. You
It
know,
does. It
we
does.
talked about this before, like
Mhm.
how you show up, how you present yourself, and that's for your business too.
Yeah.
And we like to walk our clients through a process of, there's really only two questions that people are asking themselves when they visit your website or when they think
Mhm.
about working with you. It's, can they solve my problem, my very specific problem, and do I trust them?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you fail on any one of those two things, you've likely lost them. And that's kind of like an eye opener for people, like, huh, okay, yeah, it really is that simple.
And
Because
and I think that simplicity from you, there's many people in the online space, even in coaching, in my world, who overcomplicate things because they want to sell you something. And I think frameworks are great, formulas are great, signature programs, great. But when you overcomplicate things, I think because I'm a simplifier, um, my my why is to challenge the status quo and
yeah,
to simplify through trusted relationships.
yeah,
And when I learned that about myself, everything started to make so much more sense to me.
yeah.
And I think, how do you keep it simple for your clients that you work with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just an understanding of how and why people buy, and how and
Mm,
why people establish relationships. There's a ton of psychology behind it.
yeah.
And a lot of people, well, I'm going to sell this thing because there's a need in the market. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
what does that mean? Well, I think people will buy it.
Right.
Okay. It has to be like, we really have to dig a little deeper
Mhm.
and focus more on not the thing, but the problem that you're solving.
Yeah,
And now more than ever, because it's
yeah.
just, you know, every day you wake up and you scroll and you see another quick fix, or, turn your business around in, 10 days. And, I like you said, frameworks, things like that, techniques, they're great and they do work a lot of the times, but a lot of the times they're not specific enough to your business.
Yeah.
And so you're
Yeah,
trying
and
to fit yourself in something that wasn't made for you.
I remember the first coaching program I purchased, and about 2 weeks into it, I learned that it was the coach's first group coaching program, first
Oh my.
business coaching, first everything. And I was
Were they
like,
even coaches?
"What?"
Were they even coaches?
Well,
I
it was her
mean,
first
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, "Wait a minute. I have been an entrepreneur since the early 90s before social media. I need somebody with a little bit more experience than this." And
Mhm.
not not the online experience, but business experience.
Mhm.
And it gave me a whole new, I don't know, just feeling about myself confidence-wise, because when I looked at, her brand and what she was offering and the bravery required to put yourself out there in the world and have a business coaching program that was $10,000 and you had 60 people sign up for it, I thought, oh my gosh, if she can do that and it's her very first thing on the market, I'm playing really small with what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
so I allowed that. It was a great program. I met great people, some of whom I'm still in touch with 16 years later. But I would say the real gift of spending that $10,000 on that program was the confidence it gave me and the example of like, just decide what you want to do and be brave and go and do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
that was like that was the first coaching program that you participated in? Okay.
Mhm.
And what was your business like at the time? What
I
were
was a
you?
health coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I had a great in-person business.
Mm-hmm.
My clients came to me from me teaching exercise classes as a
Oh,
hobby. I got a
yeah.
nutrition degree and I thought, I'm just going to help people with their food and exercise. And when I came into the online space, which somebody suggested, oh, you should have a Facebook group or whatever. And I was like, and I
Yeah.
had to learn. I had to learn everything myself,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
social to posting to writing. Um, and it's been a long
Well,
journey. As
I mean, that's the
for you.
entrepreneur's journey. I mean, you start out,
Yeah.
we were talking about this before we got started. You have to do all the things
Mhm.
yourself,
Yeah.
and you have to figure it out and fail and screw
Yeah.
up and learn. And then you get to this point in your career where you say, you know what? I'm not the best at this. And I'm sure there
Mhm.
is someone who can help me do this better.
Yeah.
So I think it's also just we live in a DIY culture right now.
Mm.
Everything's DIY.
Yeah.
Websites, writing, coaching, you name it. It's DIY. But is that the best use of your time?
Well, I remember reading a book, it's called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, and I love
Hmm.
Dan. I love his YouTube videos, and I it really conceptualized for me. I've had tremendous growth in the last 3 years, and it really put in perspective how to be discerning about what you say no to, what you say yes to, what you put your fingers on. And it
Hmm.
was like this awareness for me that I have fun doing these 3 things. I get paid a lot for doing one of those things. So, how can I just focus there all the
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
And it really was about finding great people, great partners, and saying no to more things, which I think entrepreneurs in general have a really hard time
Oh,
with
yeah.
the not to do list.
The not to do list and the not to work with list. Those are two
Oh,
things
well,
that
that too.
no, I mean, but a lot of people they go into their business like, well, who's your
Mhm.
best fit client? We have these. I had a conversation with someone just last week about this. Well, who's your best fit client? And they're a boutique wellness studio.
Okay.
That was what they said. That's who they said they aspire to be. Who's your
Okay.
best fit client? Everyone.
Ah,
Okay. No.
yep.
Can you be more specific? Oh, well, we can really help anyone on their wellness journey. No. And I said to them, I'm like, you said one word that automatically rules out like
Everyone.
more than half of the people that
Yeah.
you think you're talking to. And that
Mhm.
word is boutique. Like for some reason, like that is, you're not serving everyone. You don't
Right.
want to be Planet Fitness or, whatever health club that, the mass market health club. You want to
Mhm.
be boutique. And so that one word, like they kind of were like, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it finally clicked. Like, well, and I told them, I'm like, that doesn't preclude you from working with people who aren't in that ideal fit client
Yeah.
space, but you really need to be focused on who your best fit is so you can attract them to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that because one word can change a sales page, the perception of you.
Yeah.
So and pricing can
Yeah.
also. Um, but one word like boutique,
Hmm.
bespoke is my
Ah,
favorite word. It's a
yeah,
very
it
British
is.
word.
I
It
think
means
fashion.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
fashion, but I also think, oh, it's more expensive, right?
Yeah.
Boutique tells me
Yes.
less people,
Yep.
more expensive, more private. And
Yep.
isn't it funny how one word can really change the front page of a website? It can change so
Yep.
much for a business.
Yeah, and it's hard to see that when you're in the business.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why these conversations that we get to have with our clients, you can almost see the light bulb turning on. Like,
Mhm.
oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And so you asked me earlier, like, what am I having fun with? I love those light bulb moments where
Mhm.
you pull them back to, okay, if you were looking at your business from the outside and someone said boutique, like how would you feel about it? And we talked through that.
Yeah.
And we talked about the hands-on, like where everyone knows your name and you're not one of 1,000 people. And so we talked through all of those things, what that one word means to get them to a point where they can really elevate their brand
Yeah.
and attract the people they want to attract, not
Yeah.
just everyone.
Yeah. I as I've been reinventing some systems and processes, and lots of landing pages are getting reinvented.
Yes, you told me
And,
that.
the funnel
Mhm,
reinvention, but it was really for me, it was about the customer journey.
mm,
And, I've have a custom GPT that's helps people craft their customer journey and be
mhm,
more discerning about what that looks like. But when it came time to do it for myself, having, my partner, I'm partners in his agency, to
mhm,
really sit down and talk about what I wanted to happen with someone who understood the digital ramifications of that. The value in those conversations is so extreme,
yeah,
and I often wonder what that looks like, for website design or website actual building of a
mhm.
website. How hands-on does it become for you? And do you find that more rewarding?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I realized that in order to fully understand the client's process and
Mhm.
even their decision-making process in working with us, I really needed to understand how our sites are built and
Mm,
what the best tools are. Even if I'm not doing the work myself all of the
yes.
time, I still do some of it just because I enjoy it. But even if I'm not doing it, I need to understand it enough so I
Mhm.
can communicate with them the value in having us do it versus them just going out and, oh yeah, I'm going to host it with GoDaddy and I'm going to pick out this theme, and then they wonder
Mhm.
why is it so slow? Why
Yeah.
is it crashing all the time? Why are these things happening? Well, all of those decisions have to be made up front. And so it's kind of like you choose the best pieces to help you build the strongest foundation.
Mm,
And so whether you're building a landing page, building a funnel, building a full website, even a magazine or a page layout, it's all like puzzle pieces and how
yeah.
they fit together to make that big picture. And then on the tech side of things, it becomes even more important because you're talking about security, speed, AI search, SEO, still important. Everyone's saying it's dead, not dead.
Yeah.
Still need semantically sound SEO and technically sound websites, but you need all of those things. And we actually had a client where we did their branding and we did their website design, and they decided, well, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to try developing it on AI. We're going to use an AI tool to build this. And I said, okay, you know, that's your prerogative. Go ahead and try it. He spent 80 hours trying to figure out how to get this thing to, number one, look like the design we put together, and then get it in a way that's fast, technically sound, ready for AEO search.
Yeah.
And they ended up, guess what, coming right back to us.
Yeah.
And we built it on WordPress.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I've built incredible things. I mean, AI is kind of my hobby.
I love AI too.
But I have a team who does stuff for my clients. And I love what you said about knowing how to do it. So I can't recommend something to a client. I can't suggest changes, different softwares, different technology, unless I understand what's involved. So my fun time is playing with new AI tools.
Me too.
I love it. And I had a conversation a couple days ago that turned into an hour that day and an hour yesterday with a whiz at building AI things. I mean, from websites, lead magnets, really unique automations. And he said to me, I wanted him to come on the show. I wanted him to do some other things. And he's like, no, I'm happy here just building. And you can sell whatever you want of mine for whatever you want. I'll do it for your clients. And you just pay me for that. And I was like, what? And he said, I want to sit in my hole in my room with my 3 computers and all my monitors, and I want to just build stuff. So I sent him an example of something I wanted for a client, and it was a quiz. I said, I don't want to use one of the quiz softwares. I want this custom for her. He said, it'll take me 30 minutes. And I was like, 30 minutes? Now, I could do it.
Sure.
It would take me 4-6 hours, maybe. He said 30 minutes, $500. Let me know when you want me to. And I was like, there's people charging $5,000 for what he does. And because he does it from passion, fun, he's really good at what he does. He doesn't care about the money, which makes him more money.
Wow.
I know. It was really such an enlightening.
Yeah. Did you have him build the quiz? Did he do it?
It's in the works. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I think about relationships like that, where I can almost sell your stuff better than I can sell my stuff because I understand your value and what you bring to the table. And that's really the type of relationships that I want to have for the next 10 or 20 years. Random networking, don't want to do that. So when we talk about ideal clients, we have to think about ideal referral partners as well. And what does that look like for you?
Yeah. I mean, I would say you have to have that ability to talk with someone in a really genuine way about what you do and who you best serve. Because, I mean, we've belonged to networking groups in the past, and we've gotten some good referrals and we've gotten some not so good referrals. And
Yeah.
unless you take time to really develop those relationships and have those conversations and sit and chat over live stream like this and get to know each other,
Mhm.
you really can't truly understand the other person's business except for like on a surface level. And
Right.
so, yeah, I mean, our best fit clients in terms of what we do would be business consultants, business coaches, entrepreneurs looking to level up to their, their bright and shiny version 2 of their
Mhm.
branding and website. And our best referral partners could also be those same folks
Yeah.
because they understand what we're trying to build, the problems we're trying to solve, and who we're trying to help.
Yeah.
So, um, you know, I also, I'm very much a doer. I'm a solver. I'm a problem solver. That's my nature. And so I like to think that we do a little bit of coaching too
Mhm.
in our business, um, like what we talked about with the
Yeah.
brand and um, helping people see things that they couldn't see themselves.
Yeah. Well, I love that because you just described me.
Yeah.
And when we connected, I immediately knew because of who you work with and who
Mhm.
I work with.
Yeah.
Well, we need to have this conversation, right? We need to get to know each other. We need to establish trust and
Yep.
understanding of what each other does.
Yep.
And I think when you go into, LinkedIn or connecting or a networking event with that mindset, you did not try to sell me a new website
No.
because I don't even know if you looked at my website before we connected. I
Of
didn't
course I
look at
did.
you. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's just what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I try to be a good detective,
Yeah.
but I can really appreciate your thinking here with authentic connection. And I think so much of that is missing in today's, so-called networking space. So I want to just say kudos to you because
Oh,
you're good
thanks.
at it. And
Thanks.
I recognize that not everyone's good at that. And so when I experience it with someone, immediately you go up the priority chain of people that I want to surround myself with. So thank you for that.
Oh, well, thank you. It's
Yeah.
very kind, very sweet of you to say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you really you need to understand someone before you can even recommend anything to sell to them. I
Right.
mean, that's never been my methodology, and I think there's just so much noise out there with quick fix, quick sell, quick
Mhm.
whatever, you name it, quick everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Message 1,000 people on
yeah,
Facebook
okay,
and
why?
maybe one person would wanna buy your stuff,
Well,
and
and everyone else hates you.
yeah.
I mean,
Listen, I had an experience, a long maybe a year ago now, where I was having my virtual assistant help me with my 2,000 person Facebook group. And basically, he wouldn't log in as me, he was himself, and he would just be an admin. Like,
mhm,
so if somebody wanted something, he would send it to them, and he was great at it. It was very, very helpful. But one person, and it's funny how we remember the negative, right?
mhm.
One person messaged me and said, please stop marketing to me. And I said, my last message to you was, hey, how are you? And the message before that was sending you something you asked me for. And he said, I'm just tired of all marketing.
Oh.
And I thought, huh, is
Well, you
hey,
know that wasn't about you. That was
oh no,
about
I
something
know.
else.
But
Yeah.
is hey, how are you nowadays is trickster marketing, I call it. I'm tricking you to get into a conversation with me. That's what he felt.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, wow, if that's how people feel, and I'm curious to my listeners, if you feel like you're getting tricked into conversations or questions, or, hey, Michelle, I see you build websites. Um, are you looking for any new clients right now? You know that that is just a question to see if you want to buy their lead gen
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, and
So
I
how do
think
we step out of that?
a lot of people are, it's pervasive on
Mhm.
LinkedIn,
I know.
especially, you know, the worm your way into the conversation and
Yep.
immediately pitch them something.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what people are feeling.
Mhm.
Even though your comment and question came from a genuine place, and, they're already part of your community, and, it, they shouldn't have reacted like that. I think it was a reaction to them getting pitched something by
Yeah.
someone else or many people along the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel that a little bit.
Mhm.
You can always. I don't like the AI messages.
Yeah.
You can tell, and it's not just about M dashes and whatnot. It's just you can tell the tone of voice. It doesn't come across and as
Yeah.
human. So I think people are just they're a little wary and a little cautious and a little tired. So
Yeah. I think so too. I think one of the things that's been helpful in that messaging space is actually turning on um, the dictation mode where I speak and
yes.
it types the message. I feel like the way I talk is different than how I type.
Hmm.
And that's interesting from a website perspective. Do we want our website to be conversational? Do we want it to be bossy, like do this? Or I don't know. What do you think on that?
It depends on the business. I mean,
Mm,
it depends on what you're trying to do and who you're trying to
mhm.
reach. I can't unequivocally say, yes, every website needs to have an authoritative headline telling people, exactly this, 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 and this. No, but I think what you need to think about is, am I communicating that I am the best person to solve this person's problem?
Mhm.
That's it. And if you approach all of your messaging from that standpoint and don't make it like a restaurant menu of choose your own adventure with
Yeah.
services and all the things you do, but you're really honing in on these are the problems that we can solve, like right now.
Mhm.
I think then we can massage the tone of voice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I feel, when I'm attracted to someone in the online space, they're saying something unique and different, or using words like we said earlier that are
Hmm.
different, unique. Uh and I always give my friend Tim Windsor a shout out here. He calls his podcast uncommodified. So,
Yes. I love his podcast.
so good.
Yeah.
Please look at his website. That's what got me with him.
Hmm.
So he was a total stranger, and I stumbled across his LinkedIn profile, and in his headline, it said provocateur and host of the Uncommodified podcast. And I was like,
I
absolutely.
gotta I
Yes.
gotta know what this
Yeah.
is.
And the uniqueness, I actually showed my coaching group, hey, I just found this stranger. I want to show you how I messaged him and how now we're having a conversation and he's going to be on my podcast, and how I did that very authentically. So I used it as a teaching moment. But the cool part, when I was showing my group, I said, this guy. And I said, why? Why am I picking this guy out of a list of 30 people? And they knew. great sign. And then when
Mhm.
I clicked on his website and it was 2 sheep standing up, dressed in colorful suits,
Mhm.
I immediately the visual got me to understand his brand at a whole new level. You can still be a sheep, but
Mhm.
stand out.
Mhm.
You could I don't know, it was so good. So what part do visuals play in communicating this on your website?
It's so important.
Mm,
And and it's not like not everyone is at that quirky level of
right,
creativity, and
right.
that's okay. And a lot of businesses are like, "Well, I'm an accountant. What am I going to do? I'm talking about people's money. They're not going to want sheep in suits, and maybe they
Right,
would, but who knows? But
right.
it's okay to be, straight laced, buttoned up, professional, and yet still have just a little bit of uniqueness to you. And
Yeah,
maybe it's your color palette. Maybe it's
yeah.
not just the traditional blue, black, gray of finance.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a pop of pink in it or something that just adds like a different edge to it. Or maybe
Yeah.
it's the fonts that we choose for you.
Mm,
And I'm not going to downplay stock photos because they're a necessity. We use stock photos all the time, but what if we took one of those stock photos and we made it a duotone instead
yeah,
of full
yeah,
color?
yeah.
Then you're taking it to a different level and
Mhm.
you're adding some uniqueness to something that would otherwise be very kind of wah,
Yeah.
wah, boring.
Well, I notice, I came from a dental career, and now I notice that most dentists have the same exact website in the same exact colors. It's a
Mhm.
certain blue with white and some black text. The same it's like the same person
It
built
might be.
it might. There's 4 dentists in my town,
Mhm.
and if any of them are watching this, please reach out to Michelle, um,
Add a color.
add a color, and have it be unique.
Mhm.
And I find this fascinating how certain industries just copy each other. Copy,
Mhm.
copy, 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 copy. Oh, do what they do. They get lots of traffic, do what they do. And
Mhm.
what's your advice there?
I think it's wise to be aware of what the industry is doing and what
Mm,
what your competitors are doing,
mhm.
but you are not them. You don't
Yeah,
want to be them. Otherwise, what's the difference? There's no difference, so someone's going to choose you or someone's going to choose them and it doesn't matter. That's not
yeah,
what we want. We want people to say, "Oh, yeah, Suzanne's dental practice, they do, awesome veneers and
mhm.
that's what they're well known for."
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're not just a dental practice.
right, right. And I
But
think that is a hard message to swallow for certain industries because they're stuck in the standard.
well, they have to be brave to
Yeah,
step out of that. You have to have some bravery to step out of it and to try something that's a little different.
yeah,
Not not like I said, don't have to go with a sheep route. I love it, but it's not for everyone.
yeah,
But, do something a little different. And that's what we try and extract from our clients and our prospects when we talk to them is like, what makes you you? Why'd you start this business? Why do you do what you do? Why do you love what you do?
yeah.
And eventually we get there and we find that one thing or those couple of things that sets them apart.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Well, what's next for you? The next 10 years, what's on tap?
Gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel like AI has just thrown such a curveball into the mix. I have no idea. I mean, you were talking about AI tools. That's my shiny object. Like
Yeah.
if I'm going to be distracted, it's going to be by something, some sort of AI tool or something.
Oh, does
Um,
that mean I have permission to send you cool stuff
yes,
when I find
yes,
it?
please.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes, please. And I love Evelyn, so I
Thank
love her
you.
tips too.
Thank
Everyone
you.
needs to sign up for Suzanne's newsletter.
She is
Um,
quite sassy
she
and,
she
she said some things the past couple weeks that Suzanne wouldn't
Mhm.
quite say. So
Mhm.
she's a little bit bolder than me,
Mhm.
and I think it's the martinis that fuel the bravery, which is so fun.
Yeah.
And I was scared to do that. I'll be honest. I
The
was
whole
very
newsletter
like
or her or what?
not the newsletter, but having a newsletter written in a persona. And when I
Oh.
thought of the persona, it was all created with an AI tool.
Mhm.
But when I programmed it, I said, I want, and when I said it out loud, I want a cross between me, my
Mhm.
mother, June Cleaver,
Mhm.
and a sassy, drunk news correspondent who
That's
smokes,
her.
who smokes, who is not married, and she spends all of her time reporting on technology and AI. And what it came back to me, a little bit of refinement,
Mhm.
but now I can go to that tool and write a newsletter on a topic in her voice, add in my own input. The
Mhm.
drink recipes in the newsletter have been a huge hit.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to turn that into a little book.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
Evelyn's
Like a recipe
cocktail.
book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, cocktail
How
recipe
cute.
book.
I want a
How
copy.
fun. Okay, you're on the list. And I think the bravery required there to do something different in your space that's fun. My goal is laugh out loud every time you read it.
Check.
And if it's not that, I don't want to do it.
Mm.
And I love the message that also, that undertone of bravery required. And if I can do it, you can do it type of feeling.
Mhm.
And I love that's how you show up in the online space. Look, if I can do it, you can do it. And
Mhm.
I think that's where we become that mentor and the guide for our
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't know what the next 10 years look like except keep having fun.
Keep having fun and I think just keep supporting people in
Yeah.
a genuine way.
Yeah.
Do what you can to help people sort it out because I think we're all in this business journey together, at least until
Mhm.
the robots take over.
Yeah.
But we'll wait on that a
Yeah.
little bit, but we're all just trying to figure it out. And really, like, I don't even, a lot of people say, well, do you want to join this networking group? But there's another designer in it. Like, okay, that's cool,
Yeah.
because we're so different. We're,
Mhm.
who people that would work with me or with us are not the same people that's going to work with the other designer. We bring
Right.
different skills, we have a different personality.
Yeah.
You either click or you don't. So there's plenty of opportunity for everyone to have a piece
I
of the
love
pie.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. I mean, there's 3 business coaches in my coaching group.
Yeah.
And, my the way I do things, it's it it's very inclusive for other people who do what I do. And I think when you've been doing something for a long time, you naturally end up attracting other people who do what you do.
Sure.
So kudos on that
Yeah.
too.
And yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people get very standoffish about it.
Mhm.
And I was that way too when I first started the business. Like, I want to join this group, but only if it's non-competitive. And, they do, I don't
Yeah.
know, something SEO. All right. We're not SEO experts. We do it, but we're not SEO experts. Well, I saw that as too competitive.
Mm,
Now it's just like the more the merrier because everyone brings different skills to the table. You can
yeah.
learn.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the growth process that, being in business for as long as you and I have, I think you get to that
Yeah.
point of collaboration over competition, and that inclusive type feeling. Do you have anything happening that you want to promote or you want to talk about in the next couple weeks?
Actually, yes, I am co-hosting a webinar about attracting media attention for your
Mm,
brand. So I've partnered with Barbara Drady, who's an expert, has tons of media relationships, Forbes, Times, Reuters, gets
Nice.
people in front of those folks. And but before you get in front of them, you better look at how you're showing up and make sure you're showing up with the right message. And so looking at your branding and that sort of thing. It's a 30-minute training. I can provide the link. It's a little too long to share audibly here, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
let's do that. Let's put it
yeah,
in the comments
yeah,
here of the
I
live
will
on Facebook, LinkedIn, and
for sure.
YouTube. And I would love to share that in my private community,
Yeah,
and because I think that's really valuable. The insights are really valuable.
yeah,
You have to look the part, and this
yep,
isn't fake it till you make it. This is you have to look
hmm,
as accomplished as you are and consistent in the
right,
online space. So huge
yeah.
fan of that topic.
Yeah. And if people want to connect with me, I have a newsletter, mymondaymantra.com. And so we're, talking about tech, AI, and everything from the world of board games, which is a passion of mine. So connecting
Ooh,
business to board games. If you're looking for the best game recommendations, that's the
ooh,
place.
I
Yeah.
could see a little shout out in Evelyn's
I would
newsletter
love
about
that.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
so much,
sure. Thanks,
Michelle, for being
Suzanne.
here.
Thank you again. So much
You're
fun.
so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Love
Right.
it. All right, everyone. Reach out to Michelle if you have questions on how you're showing up online, website, and such. Have a great day and a awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week.